Sup, Rotana, it's Rotana Station here. Recording the rats as I tell you about an update, and oh my gosh, you're so cute. They're kind of sleepy right now, but it's playtime, so Bosco's in there. Bosco is right there. Anyway, so I haven't been feeling good at all. I have been majorly depressed. Sorry for the sounds that are happening outside. That's extremely annoying. It's, a lot of it is, the PTSD and, the goddamn world. It's really overwhelming, and I've been trying really hard. And we wanted to try this medication that targeted bipolar depression, but insurance doesn't seem to want to give us a yes or a no. They did the same thing with the Wegovy, which would have really helped me, considering the fact that for some reason I'm always hungry, which I think might be the duloxetine, which isn't doing anything anyway. But basically, I asked my doctor, what happens if I go off all my meds and start over? And he said that that's an option. So after we realized we weren't going to get this new med, I love you so much, you're so cute, we decided to go for the wipeout, basically. And I'm sorry that the camera is shaking so much. We started with the propranolol, and I was on a really low dose, so we didn't have to taper. But I'm having withdrawals. I'm having really bad headaches. I'm having extremely uncomfortable heart palpitations, but nothing so serious that, I can't function. And I'm shaking. So withdrawals are fun. A long time ago, when I developed agoraphobia, I couldn't leave the house, so I was off my meds for a good 6 months, cold turkey, all of them, and I'm sure a lot of you who hate me because you experienced me in that time period, when I was completely off my meds, and a completely different version of myself. And so a lot of you who experienced that just assumed that was me. And you can kind of put me into 4 different people. It's not dissociative identity disorder, and I want to make a video about that at some point. But it is sort of like that. It's without the medication, my depressive episodes, that's one person. The manic episodes, that's another person. Then the neutral off meds is a third person. And then there's me on meds, which is the 4th person, which is the most normal person. Still not great, because medication doesn't, cure anything, and it's still a kind of a puzzle that we need to play around with. Like I said, we tried the duloxetine, and it's not doing anything, but I suspect it's making me hungry. I am very overweight. I'm very depressed, and when I'm depressed, I turn to food. I made a 3-part video about that. It's called Why Am I Fat? So, oh, Bosco, I love you so much, you toasty little butt. So, we don't know what medication we're going for next. But basically, the goals are because a lot of antidepressants have a problem with weight gain and the inability to lose weight. And I have been on my diet for at least a month, and I've been exercising, and there's studies that show that exercising doesn't help with weight loss, But I'm getting a lot of conflicting things, so I'm just exercising anyway because it's good for you anyway. You know, good for my blood sugar and stuff because I have naturally high blood sugar. What with the insulin resistance crap I'm going through that I developed, whatever, I don't know. But I have high blood sugar, so exercise lowers that. So regardless of if it helps with weight loss or not, I'm still doing it. Except for when I'm experiencing medication withdrawals. And yet I have seen no difference in my weight. I might have even gained some weight. And I don't know how that happened because I'm not eating the sugary stuff anymore. I mean, maybe it could possibly be because of Michael and I do go to Cheesecake Factory every year except for last year for Valentine's Day / our wedding anniversary. We've been married for 3 years, and we've been together for about 15. Hello. But it was so expensive that it also counted as his birthday dinner. So that could be a reason why I gained some, but before that, I wasn't losing anything. Nothing. I would think at least 1 pound, but no, absolutely nothing. Another thing is we suspect that one or more of my medications are affecting my libido. And I know that's kind of personal and might be TMI to some people, but the truth is, I've been having a problem with it for many, many years now. And we are actually, with the bipolar type 2, and I'm rapid cycling and mixed symptoms. The depression gets worse as you get older, and you see less manic episodes. I saw a lot more manic episodes when I was younger. Had a really long one when I was 19. But we're kind of hoping that when we get off of all these meds that I have some manic episodes, because I mean it's not actual real happiness. It's chemical imbalance induced happiness. Oh, I love you. Oh my gosh, I love you. Oh, I love you. Toasty, toasty. Little marshmallow. And manic episodes can be kind of tricky. In my experience, what it feels like a superpower. It feels like enlightenment. Like I cracked the code. I discovered the secret to happiness. And it's sort of, I mean, depressive episodes are delusional as well, because it makes you, think a lot of things that aren't true in the negative sense. Oh my gosh, get him, Bosco. He grooms Ralphie so much. He loves Ralphie so much. And I've caught Ralphie grooming him back, so yeah. He does get kind of annoyed at Bosco, but they fight a lot less than they used to. Still not good enough to put them living together in the same cage, though. I don't think they're ready. Oh my goodness. And you can see that by Ralphie rearing up like that. Yeah. Oh, don't pin him. Anyway, so manic episodes can be delusional in a more grandiose way. Like you've literally found God. Also, hyperactiveness, in my experience, and loudness, very loud. Bipolar disorder sometimes can get misdiagnosed as dissociative identity disorder or even schizophrenia. Well, bipolar type 3 is the one that has hallucinations. The only time I've ever hallucinated was as a result of Ambien. I've never had, actual hallucinations. My brain doesn't do that to me. So it's going to be interesting to see if I have a manic episode. what I'm afraid of is the depressive episodes. We're not stopping the lithium. Lithium is specifically for bipolar disorder, and it significantly did reduce the suicidal ideation. That's not to say that I'm not still, but I'm not about to jump off the balcony like I was before I went on the lithium. So we're keeping the lithium. We're keeping the hydroxyzine and the clonazepam as needed because that's for anxiety, and it does help. And it's not an everyday thing, it's an as needed. And we are keeping my nighttime meds, which are my nightmare meds. I have one for pain, and then of course my Ambien, which puts me to sleep. But I'm just really scared because I know how I am off of medication. And I mean, that's why I created Anatir. That's why I created a monster to try and help me face my demon, basically. And I haven't given enough attention to the others that I created to face the social anxiety and the PTSD. And then I'm gonna have a psych test soon to see, finally, if I'm on the autism spectrum. So, if I am, that explains a lot of things. If I'm not, that makes me question a lot of things. But I am scared of the depressive episodes. I'm scared that, oh my god, you are so cute! Oh, you hurt! The cuteness hurts! At least I have my babies. Yeah, at least you got my babies. I'm just, I told... And Michael knows, I mean, there's a reason why we've been together for 15 years. It's because, and we kind of had this talk last night when we were talking about his brother's current relationship kind of failing, and I'm not going to go into that because that's his personal stuff, but the reason why Mike and I have been together for so long is that I know that there are things that are wrong with me. I know how I act, and I know I need help, and as many times as I've wanted to give up, oh my goodness, you're so cute. As many times as I've wanted to give up, I haven't actually stopped trying. I've stayed on my medication. I've gone to therapy. We're trying to work on getting a new therapist, though, that's a better fit for me. Also because my current therapist has forced to change her schedule, which is inconvenient for us. I go to the doctor. I'm seeing a dietary therapist to try and help me work on my binge eating. I'm trying. And I know when something is my fault. I may not at the time, especially off my medication, I'll think, it's somebody else's fault. But when I'm in my right mind, I realize, and when I'm on my medication, it's real fast too. Like if I snap at Mike and I say something that's just completely unwarranted because medication isn't a fix-all, I'll kind of stop and I'll just kind of go, I'm sorry, I didn't mean, I don't know why I said that, And we fought a lot when I was off my meds. And I told him, I was like, when this happens, the lithium might be helping a lot, but I might, snap at you. I might say extremely hurtful things to you, and he says, I know you, and I know what you're like off your meds, and I will remember that it's not you who's saying that. But I'm still afraid because it doesn't matter if you know that that's not that person. The words still hurt. Words hurt. I was raised thinking sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's a friggin' lie. That's a lie. Words hurt, and words can cause a lot of problems, and they're both giving me kisses, and oh my gosh, my Bosco, I want to make an entire video about Bosco, because he's, a little different from the other rats that I've had. So, you know, and I don't like hurting people, and I'm really sorry for the people that I've hurt in the past on accident, and when I'm off my meds, and people that I've hurt without even knowing it because I said something that I didn't think was a problem, or I said something that doesn't make sense or something. People have gotten mad at me for things that I've said that I cannot understand how someone can get mad. And then people have, like, secretly gotten mad at me and just kept it to themselves for years and years and years until they finally come out and start saying shit about me that I don't even understand. I'm like, okay, so why didn't you bring this up to me at the time so we could talk it out? You know, I remember on DeviantArt I said something really rude to somebody, and I couldn't sleep that night because I kept thinking it over, and I'm like, no, that was my fault. So the next morning I apologized. They hadn't blocked me or anything, but they didn't reply to me. So, you know, that's up to them. I did what I could. And it's just, the internet's really hard. Especially when you're trying to say things through text. People have gotten so mad at me at the weirdest things, and I, to this day, 5 years later, after all that shit went down, I'm still confused. I love you, Marshmallow. Oh, my sweet baby. Yeah, who's my sweet guy? You're so cute. You're such a little round. When are you gonna get fat like your brother? When are you gonna get fat? You're still kind of a baby, though. Yeah, you got big, though. You used to be so small. You fit right in my hand. I love you so much, Bosco. You're so cute. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. But, so, because of that, because of the fact that I have to taper off of the medications one by one, I am going to be miserable with withdrawal symptoms. Some are going to cause nausea, more headaches, the shaking, fatigue. The heart palpitations are not fun. I might lose my appetite. I might have a bigger appetite. A lot of things are going to happen, and that's going to mean a lot less videos. The vlogs might have to stop for a while. Obviously, my animals make me happy, so taking out my phone and showing them and uploading a video of them, you know, doesn't take much effort, but I might be bedridden with ginger ale and crackers like I was last time. Well, last time it was ginger ale and toast. Crackers work too, and plain white rice. And I'm just not looking forward to it. I haven't been able to do anything for Patreon because I haven't been able to draw or anything. Were you grooming him? Were you grooming him? Do you just love your brother so much? No, don't do that. That's gross. Animals are weird. I love you. I love you. That's a nose. You know, I already haven't been talking to many people, but I'm telling you what, I am definitely not talking to anybody online while I'm going through this, especially if I end up being as unstable as I was before. I don't know how bad it's gotten because I've been on medication for so many years. But we need to figure out what's causing a lot of these problems, especially the inability to lose weight. That's a big one. And if my insurance had just approved the Wegovy, it would have decreased my appetite. The portion size is my biggest problem right now. I can eat a whole box of Kraft macaroni and cheese to myself. That's not good. That's a lot of calories. No, push. I eat at least a half of a large pizza before I get full. And when I'm hungry, sometimes I get dizzy, but most of the time, I get stabby, knifey feelings in my stomach, and it hurts. And it's making me miserable. My weight is making me miserable. And sometimes I just want to give up and just be like, whatever, I'm just going to eat what I want. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to eat myself to death. But then it's like a devil and an angel on my shoulder, except instead of the devil telling me to do bad things, it's just telling me negative things. It's just saying, like, give up. It doesn't matter. Just eat what you want. Just get fatter and just die. And then the angel on my shoulder is like, no, because if you feel miserable at this weight, how are you going to feel in 50 more pounds and 100 more pounds? You're going to be absolutely miserable, and it's going to make your depression worse. I need to make, like, a devil and an angel puppet and basically show you guys how my mind works. How my devil and my angel argue against each other. It's ridiculous. And I'm not the only one who experiences it. It's not like real voices. I know a lot of you are probably nodding your head because you understand exactly what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I just realized I didn't set a timer for them. They usually stay out for half an hour twice a day. Oh, Ralphie, you love it. You just don't want to admit it. Squeak. Oh, did you hear that? Keep going. No, not gonna squeak for me. I don't know if the peeps are in protest or if he's grooming him too hard. It's still really cute. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm not happy. Even though I try to be energetic and smile on my videos, I'm not good. It feels like I'm not real. It feels like I'm alone. Like I could just phase through the walls and walk around and nobody would even notice me. I often describe myself as the afterthought because people always seem to forget about me. Like, will tell my doctors that something needs to happen and they'll write it down, but they'll never get back to us. And sometimes I just feel like I'm the person who goes, oh, hey, there you are. I forgot you were there. And then, sometimes even Michael, oh goodness, just forgets something and the devil on my shoulder says, oh, it's because you're the afterthought. And in reality, it's just that Michael's human and he's getting older. And sometimes I let the devil win and it sucks. It sucks because I don't want it. And both of my therapists have been trying to teach me positive self-talk, and it's extremely hard because I've spent so many years of the people on the internet sucking the soul out of me and telling me things about myself that aren't even true, and just being inhuman, completely inhuman. And so I've sabotaged myself, and I've forced myself to hate everything about me, and that's not healthy. But if I didn't, then people would tell me I was self-centered. So I had to hate myself. And that's not right, because self-esteem and being self-centered are two completely different things. And I've never been self-centered, ever. I honestly don't know where that comes from, and I wish somebody would explain it to me. I see your toasty little butt. You've got a toasty butt. You look like a marshmallow that's toasted on both ends. Yeah, you do. And he's so cute. He's got this dark little tail, and then it's a pale little tip right there. It's my baby. He is a Siamese rat with ruby eyes. Yes, he's my Bosco. My Bosco rat. Hi, Valfie. That's my ink splatter rat, because he looks like a pen splattered ink in his face and a little bit on his body. Oh, there's my Bosco. So, my Patreon is most likely going to be completely silent. And I'm sorry. Your donations and your pledges help a lot. It's how I pay for my groceries. And I know that you're supposed to be paying for content. And I wouldn't blame you if you canceled your pledge until I, fully came back. I would not blame you, but I am going to say, please don't. It's my only income, and it's the only way I can pay for my food. And, Michael used to pay for all of my food, and he wanted me to gain some independence back from all of the everything that's happened. And I just don't want to have to make him pay for my food again. And, I love this rat. This rat is so sweet. Yeah, who's a kissy guy? Who's a love bug? I love you too, Muffin. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're so cute. Okay. He's on my shoulder now. I love you, buddy. I have to armor up. I should have done this years ago. I've got these sleeves on, I've got pants on, and I've actually got a external fake turtleneck sort of thing to keep them from scratching me. I should have done it years ago. All of my scratches from them have healed, and I look so much better. Yeah. Mental health isn't something you should mess around with. And unfortunately, we don't have medication down to an exact science. I mean, sometimes I wonder if a lobotomy would fix me. But, that's just dark humor. Lobotomy is not something that it was a good thing. It's not good. I just hate it. Especially with the trauma. The trauma is the source of most of my problems. And I probably would be okay right now if it hadn't been for the psychopaths that tormented me in 2020 and on. Just over a fucking fanfic. You're a little butt. I would be okay because at the time I wanted to take a break from muffins to focus on my mental health. And that just was not okay. So I became a villain without me even understanding it. Somehow people spread lies and people believed them, even though I thought, I've been on the internet for years and there is so much proof against everything you're saying, no one's gonna believe you. But it's like they wanted to believe it without even digging into it. It's stupid. And it almost cost me my life. So many times, I've just wanted to end it. And I've wanted to hurt myself. But I keep trying because I know that's just the devil on my shoulder. And deep down, if I was a normal person without all these problems, I wouldn't want to die. I wouldn't want to just stop existing. But the reason why I want to stop existing is because it's too hard. It's too painful. To anybody who's felt heartbreak, that's what it feels like. It feels like heartbreak without losing somebody. So did you just, fall asleep or something? Oh, goodness. It feels like I'm falling forever. And it all just feels so hopeless. But I keep arguing with myself, and I keep trying to tell myself why it's really, really difficult. Because I'm not some little teenager who is just going through some drama and some hormones and is self-diagnosing herself because I see all these mental illness people on TikTok. I am so glad I never got sucked into TikTok, but apparently a bunch of kids and teenagers are self-diagnosing themselves because they see people expressing truthfully their mental illness on TikTok. Don't self-diagnose. Ever. If you think that something's wrong with you, go see a psychologist or a psychiatrist, preferably a psychiatrist because they can prescribe medication. Go to a doctor if you think you're mentally ill. I'm 34 years old. I am obviously not having issues with hormones. I am not having issue with drama because I never liked drama in the first place. I try to stay away from it, but it always finds me because people think that I'm a celebrity and I need to be canceled. I'm not. I am a normal person with a small-ass following. Small. I am not famous. I am not a public figure. I am not in a position of power. I am a submissive person who's constantly in fight or flight mode and has unfortunately used fight in a lot of situations where I felt threatened. I'm sorry for being human. I'm sorry. But just because I'm on medication doesn't mean all symptoms are completely suppressed. I'm sorry. And you may say, oh, I know somebody who's bipolar. They don't act like you. Mental illness is not black and white. It is different for everybody. Autism isn't the only spectrum. Everything is a spectrum. I'm bipolar type 2 with rapid cycling and mixed symptoms. There are people with bipolar type 1 with no rapid cycling and no mixed symptoms. They're going to act completely different than me. I've been through a lot of crap in my life that have really, really messed me up. And I've been honest about this stuff. Because I feel like if you're honest about it, then people who are going through similar situations can see you and not feel alone. Can see you and go, I'm not the only one going through this. Or even, when I was younger, I thought the way my mom treated me was the same way all kids were disciplined. And when I found out that that wasn't the case, I was shocked. So if you're honest about, hey, this is abuse, someone watching you goes, it is? I thought that was just normal discipline, and says, I am in a dangerous situation and I need to get help. Plus, it's not just about empathy, it's about getting it out. Because sharing things with people is venting and it makes you feel better. And it even releases dopamine. You're so cute. And all I've ever wanted to do is be honest with people because I've been lied to so much that that's the main reason why I chose to stop lying at age 20. 14 years ago. Is because I've been lied to so much that I didn't want to be the one to cause that pain to other people. I go, if I lie to these people and they find out I'm lying, they will be hurt. And I have felt that pain, and I do not want them to feel that pain because of me. Another reason, of course, is the truth always comes out. If you lie, somebody's going to find out, especially on the internet. And one of my biggest fears is being found out and caught in a lie. Hence why I do not do it. Even though sometimes in the human brain, humans are evil. And sometimes my evil comes out. Sometimes I've wanted to lie and I've had to stop myself and go, no, because what if somebody finds out? And that scares me into telling the truth. And also reminding myself why I stopped in the first place. To not cause pain. And usually when I've wanted to lie, it's to protect myself. Like when I had to keep shaving my head because of my trichotillomania. Honestly, the devil on my shoulder said, fake cancer. Because you have no eyebrows, you've got barely any eyelashes, and you've got barely any hair. You could be going through chemo. But then the angel on my shoulder goes, it is not cool to fake cancer. That is not okay in any situation. Listen, I know the trichotillomania is embarrassing, but you have to be honest with what you're experiencing. The devil on my shoulder goes, I don't want to be honest, I'm scared of being judged. But the angel won. The angel won, and I've been honest about my trichotillomania and my dermatillomania for the entire time. And you know what? I haven't completely conquered it. I still pull out my hair. I still pull out my eyelashes. The picking is a lot better, but that's mainly because for some reason I'm not producing pimples anymore. So I don't have anything to pick at. But I've gotten better in both of those areas. And I'm glad that I didn't lie about it. I'm glad that I was honest about it because it made it so that I sought out other people who had the same problem and understood that it wasn't my fault. It's not necessarily that something was wrong with me. And, you know, I felt there was a community who understood exactly what I was going through. And can you imagine if I faked cancer and people found out that I was faking? What damage that would do to all of the people who supported me, to all the people who liked me, and to all the people who donated to me because, hey, she has cancer, she needs money, instead of donating because I just need to pay my bills and buy my groceries. I've seen videos of people who fake things like Tourette's and dissociative identity disorder and cancer and pregnancies and seen what happens to them when that comes out. And that's why the devil doesn't win when it says, hey, cover this up by faking this. Cancer's a lot worse than trichotillomania. It really is. So I think I'd rather be embarrassed about pulling my own hair out than having a mob come after me because I faked the most serious illness in existence on this earth. I don't know anything about other planets. I don't know the life on other planets. We don't even know. You know. So, and I'd rather be honest about my mental health than try to cover it up with something. So, sorry. I'm bipolar. I have PTSD. I have social anxiety disorder. It's very severe. It gets worse, especially when the PTSD, when I'm more traumatized by horrible, horrible people who shouldn't even be considered human. I'm trying to work on the social anxiety, and it's extremely difficult. It's a miracle in itself that I'm able to go to the grocery store by myself. And the reason why I started doing that was to get junk food in the first place. So that's one step forward and 2 steps back. And I gained 20 pounds from it. I'm obese. I'm trying to lose weight. I am not proud of being fat. I am not going to support an unhealthy lifestyle. You know, it's okay. I'm not body shaming. If you're plus size or if you're bigger, but you're healthy, fine. That's okay. If you're healthy and you're happy, that's okay. But if you're fat and unhealthy like me, you need to get it together. And you need to find ways to get healthy. I don't think I'm ever going to get down to 120 again. I'd be lucky if I got down to 130 or 140. But even if I could just get down to 160, oh my God, that would make my life so much easier. I don't want to be 160. My goal is between 130 and 140. But I have to think realistically. I'm old. My metabolism has changed. My hormones have changed. I'm probably going to be experiencing menopause coming up in the next 10 years. I'm old, guys. I can't do the same things I used to. I don't have the energy. And I definitely right now don't have the motivation. I want to finish Muffins. I really do. I want to finish playing with fire. I even have another My Little Pony fanfiction thought up because of a dream I had. It's not horror, though. It's more like drama, adventure, with sprinkled in horror elements. I want to finish all the projects that I've started and haven't finished. There's so much I want to do. And I've wasted so much of my life being agoraphobic, and with my social anxiety being way more severe because of things that have happened to me, being abandoned in LA, and being on Paxil, which messed me up big time, especially since on my first dose, I accidentally overdosed on it because I misunderstood the dose that my doctor told me to take. And so, ever since then, I shake, and I tremble, and I twitch. What are you doing? Are you trying to meet each other through the blanket? I know this video is going long, but these are things that I need to say. So if anybody's still listening, thank you for listening. Honestly, sometimes I just want to be heard. I just want to feel like I'm talking to somebody because I don't have anybody to talk to. I'm alone most of the time. I don't have any friends because my social anxiety has kept me from going out and making friends. But making friends as an adult is hard enough already. I mean, Michael's only got one actual friend. He gets along with people at work, but they're still pretty much acquaintances. They're not actual friends. I don't have a job to make friends at, I would love to find a support group, an art group, something that I can be a part of and try and get past my social anxiety. It's never going to go away, but I can make it better. And what's it called? Exposure therapy is one of the best ways to do it. And when I was in California and I had, Senpai, my best friend, knows. She could drive and we'd go places. We'd go to the mall. And, sometimes we'd go to an amusement park, even to just walk around. The kind of amusement parks that don't take, you need tickets to get in, but you need tickets to ride the rides. And that was really good exposure therapy, and I had somebody who made me feel comfortable. And Mike and I try to go out every time he has a day off. Obviously we can't go out and spend money, and that sucks because everything costs money, but we try to walk places together, to the grocery store, go to the library or something. The library is the only thing that's free, and I haven't made it there by myself yet. I just want to get better. I want to. And I do feel guilty that I haven't been able to make quality content for you guys. Because I had so many aspirations and so many ideas that I knew would entertain you guys and make you happy, and things that I wanted to do and wanted to share. And that was partly ruined by my mental illness and partly ruined by people on the internet. And now I'm old. Now I'm old and I don't know if I can do it. Hell, my anxiety is so high that I don't think I'll ever be able to return to Stray. Because I don't know if I uploaded the video of the first encounter with the little creatures that chase me, but that shot my anxiety so high that I felt my heartbeat through my chest without, putting my hand on my chest. I felt it throughout my body, like heart palpitations. And so I'm like, what? I can't play horror games anymore? Is this really what it's come to? I can watch horror movies. I have to be careful because there are certain triggers in horror movies that I can't do. But, like, games? I used to love video games. And now, I got burnt out on Pokemon Scarlet and returned it to the person that I borrowed it from. I am paying for the Pokemon Bank, which I'm not even utilizing, but I'm afraid to stop paying for it because I'm afraid I'm going to lose all my Pokemon. And I have so many shinies, and so many legendaries, and so many mythicals. I don't want to lose anybody. Luckily, it's not that expensive. But it's still an expense that I really wish I could just take out for a little bit. But I got burnt out on video games after Pokemon, which is weird. I've never been burnt out from video games before. And Michael tried renting video games from the library to have me try. He had me try a Kirby game. He had me try another game I don't remember. And then finally, I was watching a Style Theory, and the sponsorship was for Disney Dreamlight Valley. And I went, and we had just been watching a bunch of Disney movies, so I've become kind of a low-key Disney adult. I didn't used to be into Disney, but now I understand a lot of the characters and stuff, so I was interested. I was like, this is Animal Crossing with Disney characters. And I love Pixar movies, so it has Pixar characters too. Oh my goodness, I saw that. So, we rented that from the library. I tried it. I liked it. And Michael got it for me for, I think it was birthday and anniversary put together. I don't really remember. But he got it for me, and I've been playing it every day, and it's super cozy. It's super, it's as slow-paced as you want it to be, and it's creative, and yeah, there's a lot of annoying things. I mean, it was supposed to be a mobile game, a free-to-play mobile game, so it's got glitches. It's not perfect, but it's enough for me, and it calms me down, like Animal Crossing did. And so that's what I've been doing. I have a lot of ideas for rat pictures for my Patreon, but I cannot draw. I have a lot of ideas for videos, but I can't get on my computer. I can't even get pretty for videos because I did my makeup for our Cheesecake Factory date, and I was dripping with sweat just by doing my makeup. Because when I'm fat, I'm hot. And we're actually going to go see my primary care physician because he doesn't know that I've gained 20 pounds. And we're going to talk about these issues. I love you so much. You're so cute. You're just a marshmallow. Oh, there's a Ralphie. Mom, we've been out way longer than 30 minutes. I know. But Mama has... This is why I wanted to do my vlogs more often, but, a lot of things come up because I have a lot to say about a lot of things and no one to really talk to. And I know a lot of you have, messaged me on Patreon being like, hey, if you need to talk to me, you can talk to me. But honestly, I'm afraid to talk to people because I'm afraid that I'm going to say something again and somebody's gonna take it wrong and just think I'm a horrible person. Because apparently, I'm a terrible person for the things that I've said. Explain to me what was wrong with what I said. Or explain to me that you didn't understand what I said, so let me explain what I meant. I'm afraid to talk to people because I'm afraid that I'm going to hurt their feelings and they're not even going to tell me. They're not even going to say, hey, Raytana, I took this way. Did you mean it that way? Or, hey, can you explain what you meant? I remember on Reddit, I said something, And the person replied and said, I don't understand. Can you explain that? And I thought I had said it pretty clearly, but I kind of reread my comment and I was like, okay, so they didn't understand it. So I said, okay, let me try and reword this. And I reworded it and I helped them understand. That person, whoever that may be, I don't know who you are, I don't know if you're watching this, probably not, but you did exactly what I wish people would do. Is just go, I didn't understand that. Can you elaborate? Or if I say something that seems hurtful. I mean, sometimes I've said that to people. I said, did you mean that as an insult or as a something? And they cleared themselves up. They explained and made me understand what they meant. Because text sucks. Hard. Donkey dick. Seriously. But I think Twitter's the worst because I found out that I am not the only one where I said something that wasn't bad and people took it as bad and all of a sudden they became the villain. On Twitter, specifically. I can think of 2 other cases, and I'm not going to discuss it on this video. I'm going to discuss it in a vlog in the future. I have a list of vlogs that I want to do so that I don't forget the ideas. Sometimes I still do forget them because I think of them, and then I'm not in a place where I can write them down, and then I forget them. And I'm not reading your guys' comments because I'm scared. Because the devil really likes to soak up all of the bad stuff that bad people have to say on the internet. They go, this is juicy, I'm going to use this against her. And the angel can't really fight back that much. The devil gets stronger and stronger the more negativity it sucks up from other people. And I've been known as a negative person. I've had people tell me in a very kind way, in a very civil way, hey, I'm sorry, but I can't watch you anymore because you're too negative. In a very, and you can, that may seem really hurtful. And it is, it did hurt. But the way they said it was civil and kind. And I understood. Because, honestly, I wouldn't want to be around me either. And that's the negative self-talk that I have to try and get out of, but that's what I've been. I've been sucked so dry that any positivity has just been absolutely depleted. And I'm trying harder, but the only way that I can get any self-esteem back or do any positive self-talk is to stay away from people on the internet. I trust the people on my Patreon because, you know, they're there specifically because they are fans of me. But again, with everything I'm going through with the medication and stuff and with what people have accused me of doing, I don't want to talk to anybody. So I know there's one person in particular who has been commenting and trying to be social with me, and I apologize to that person. I cannot be social right now. I'm very sorry. It's not you. I want you to know that it is not personal. You're not annoying. You're not frustrating. Nothing. It's me. And I know people wanted me to come back to the Discord, but I've heard some pretty bad things about my own goddamn Discord. I've heard it's become really toxic. And I do not want to go back if that's the case. I can't handle it. So I'm sorry to all of my online friends who have talked to me for years and haven't been able to talk to me for years. I I'm just scared for multiple reasons. But we're gonna see what happens after we get off of all this medication and start over. Maybe this will be the best decision we've ever made, and maybe it'll be the worst decision we've ever made. Because my mental illness is so severe that this is extremely dangerous. And I could lose my life. And if that happens, I'm gonna make sure that Michael releases all the unfinished stuff that I was doing. The playing with fire scripts, and a bunch of other stuff, but hopefully that won't happen. It's a possibility, though. I'm really scared. I don't want to die. It's so weird. Wanting to die and then not wanting to die at the same time. Wanting help and wanting to be left alone at the same time. I think my babies are tired. They're just a lump right there. They're just doing lumpy things. Who dat? Who dat? Dat Bosco. And I should, go play. I didn't mean for this to be a long video. I didn't realize I had so much to say. I just meant for this to be a little update. Hey, medication, going off of it. Woo! I think I'm also, going through a lot of depression because I remember a lot of the good things that I used to do and how I used to be, how productive I used to be. And it's like I'm having kind of like a midlife crisis too early. I feel older than I am because I'm so tired. I almost want to start the new My Little Pony fanfiction before finishing Muffins, but then that might make it so Muffins never gets finished anyway. And I am sorry that I can't write right now. I have all of it planned out. I have it planned out. I know what's going to happen. I just can't write right now. I can't get on my computer. There's a lot of things that I could be doing on my computer. There's a lot of things I want to do. So many things. I had this great idea for an analog horror. I have a couple great ideas for an analog horror. But, all in all, the person who's mostly responsible for ruining my life is my sad excuse for a goddamn mother. Sorry for the silence. I don't know what to say. I'm seething. That's just what it comes down to. Is maybe if I had normal-ass parents and a normal-ass childhood, then maybe, just maybe, it wouldn't have turned out this way. I love you, buddy. Yeah, who's a little toasty nose? Who's kisses? And is that also Ralphie? Yes, that's also Ralphie right there. That's his little arm. He is resting on me. Oh, animals are so wonderful. I love them so much. I love the little boo-boos. I love the little boo-boos. I love the boo-boos. Yeah. Okay. If you stayed around this long and listened to me and watched my room this entire time, I appreciate just having somebody to listen to me. I really do. You don't understand how much that means to me. And I know this isn't quality content, and I know things used to be better. I want to make things better again, because I did enjoy making videos. I've enjoyed making videos since I was a kid. You know, when I'm playing with my grandfather's camera that he gave me, and played with it for years, and made little movies with friends and stuff. I've always loved it. But what happened to me in 2020 just sucked so much of it out of me. I feel like a huge chunk of my personality is missing. Like, dissociative identity disorder is caused by extreme and frequent trauma as a child, where in order to protect itself, the brain splits off into different alters. It feels like this trauma split my brain into two different personalities, but one of them left. Now, I do not have DID. I don't. But that's the easiest thing that I can think of to describe it as, is that part of me split off and left. Do I have to recreate that part? Is that part going to come back? Oh, I love you so much. Oh, no, not my Band-Aid. No, you silly boy. Oh, the silly boy. Oh, you're so fat. Oh, you're so fat. No, this is a little tail. I love your little tail. Oh, you're so fatty. You're just a big boy. Oh, that's little tails. I love rats. Yeah. If this video put you in a bad mood, which I suspect it probably did, go look up things like sugar gliders, like videos of sugar gliders. I recently, found this thing, I think it's a rodent, called a jerboa, and it's so cute. And there's a, I think it's called a pygmy jerboa, which looks like a little ball of yarn. And cat videos are always nice to watch. And I hope TikTok gets banned. I want it to go away. It is doing a lot of damage. There's a lot of channels on YouTube that's doing a lot of damage too, but TikTok is, you're not supposed to be under the red one. You silly boy. You silly boy. No. Come here. Come here. Come here. Blah, blah. No. Are you under there too? No, you're a good boy. So yeah. Sugar gliders are really cute. They have really big eyes. Bunnies. Oh, chirp! Puppies. Just babies. Just babies. Babies, babies. Babies, babies, babies. So, yeah. So, I guess I'll see you when I see you. I'll try to update you on how things are going. And I'll try not to have them this long. I wonder if this counts as a long-ass rant. Alright. I guess if you like this video, leave a like, helps me out. Become a member if you want to, listen to muffins and stuff, and pledge to my Patreon if you're feeling generous. God, life sucks right now. And for those of you who are like in Canada and Mexico, I'm sorry our president sucks. I'm very sorry. God, our president sucks. Alright, see you later.